Pleasant good. We're not at the afternoon. We're not at the noon mark yet, but pleasant good morning. John Walk, Dan Morgan, Lone Star Christian Sports Network. We're here at TAPPSCON 2024, and joining us is the TAPS 5A Male Coach of the Year, Gene Benson from Lutheran South Academy from Houston, and also the state championship track coach, boys 5A this year.
Yes.
Congratulations on both counts.
Appreciate it. We had a good year. You can't complain.
Tell us about how the entire year went. I mean, both cross country and track and field.
Cross country this year, we did very well. Our boys ended up third at the state championship, and we were very happy with that. We had a good crew of athletes, and we ran well, and on a very, very, very cold day. I don't know if you were there that day.
I was sick in other ways,
okay.
and I couldn't be there. So
yeah.
and trust me, it was painful not to be there.
We had girls that were shivering for I think 5 days after that. But anyway, and our girls finished well. I mean, we had a top 10. I can't remember if we had a top 10 finish or not with them, but they ran well. And then in track, our goal always is to win the district and be in the top 3 at the regional, no matter if it's boys or girls, and then to be top 4 at state, right? And so we were very lucky. Our boys, we as you know, we are in a district with Fort Bend Christian and the Woodlands Christian, and they're 2 quality programs. And our boys won the district, regional, and the state. And our girls were 3rd, 4th, and 10th. So we were very happy with that, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you take a look in 5A. I mean, just those teams you mentioned, the last 3 champions on both the boys and the girls side.
Yes. And we beat Fort Bend basically in the mile relay at the state meet.
Oh, wow.
Which is, Coach Miner's baby. So it was fun to get him there at the end. So.
How long have you been coaching Lutheran South?
I believe this is my 34th year.
That's incredible.
Yes. So I've been there 34 years, and next year will be 35. We'll see how that goes.
What's changed? I mean, has anything changed? I mean, obviously, you got technology in place.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the obvious things. But anything?
I don't know. I mean, for us, the main thing, being from the old South Loop East campus, that's where I started. There was a difference, but students are students and athletes are athletes. They've always been the same. Some are very motivated, some is not. Some want to be there for their friends and with their friends. That's always remained the same. So, it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen much of a change personally myself.
Okay.
Maybe it's just I don't notice things like that.
Talk about some of your athletes who had. I mean, obviously you've got 2 sets of twins on your boys team, right?
Yes. We have the Gaitans. Marcus and Matthew were seniors, and they graduated this year. And Jeremy and Josh were freshmen this year and are going into their sophomore year. Marcus and Matthew both are going to Rice next year to run.
Oh, wow.
And Jeremy and Josh have another 3 years with us in the program. So it was a good year for them. Marcus had a tougher year because he got injured at the end of the year. But he ran very well. He placed second in the 800, and he finished the 400 because his hamstring just couldn't go the full 400 at full speed. So, but he had a good year, and so did Matthew.
Yeah, I think I updated, and I didn't get a chance to didn't get a chance to do it early in the track season just because I got busy. Well, I was working on our private school sports Hall of Fame stuff, and but towards the end, those boys had the top time in their event, or I didn't do like a top 3 or 5 or 10, or either they were there and then got passed. So I mean, individually, just great. Great career, great season.
Well, you have the TMI twins too, the Paras. So, I mean, they were all in our region. So it was a it's always been a challenging few years with those guys. From TMI, and San Antonio Christian had a good athlete this year, distance runners that was competitive with them, and so we'll see how things go with them beyond, and they'll be successful, and we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, so you guys getting a little bit of upgrade. Y'all are upgrading facility, correct? Are y'all building a new stadium, or is that?
I think that's in the future still.
In the future, so.
I suppose, you got to raise money and all that good stuff. Yeah, but anyway, that's the property we have behind there. They are starting to make plans to get that rolling, and a lot of that is stuff I don't know much about. It's above my pay grade.
I got you. I got you there. So you have a new football coach coming in this year. Have y'all seen an impact yet on him coming in?
Yes, very much. Coach has done a great job since he's been there. He's been there. He's been in the hallways. He's been talking to kids. He is a track and field supporter, and so is his assistant coaches, and so and some of the student athletes that are coming in and going through the school are interested in track and field as well. So hopefully we'll be able to replace what we have. We had 7 seniors on our team that went to the state this year, and 6 of those seniors had been in the program since they're freshmen or before. So we lose a lot this year. I mean, you win championships with seniors, because they're the ones that have been around and they're experienced and things like that. So yeah, it's tough to see those guys go, and so anyway, that's where we're at right now.
How about at the junior high level? How are you guys seeing some success there?
Yes. I mean, Jeremy and Josh, the Gaitans, came through our system, and we have other boys and girls who have come up through our ranks. This year, I always give what I call a Coach a 7-year award to the athletes that have been in the program for 7 years, and I get pictures of them and make an 8x11 or something for them and give it to them and thank them for that. And we had I think it was 6 that have gone through all 7 years, and we had 1 or 2 that have missed a year or 2. So that's always good, to have these people who continue in the program and are very supportive of it, the athletes.
Well, man, we really appreciate you taking a chance to visit with us. We hadn't really talked any track this year. That's one of the first years.
No, we talked with Gary Brimmer last year here, and
it's. I tell you, you look at these in our districts, and it is really a challenge, to be competitive and to win at our district level, particularly. So, and regional TAPPS state gets tougher every year.
Yeah, I mean, Brian was talking about that. He was saying that he's been to UIL state meet. He's been to others, and that he really takes a lot of pride in the job that Tom Hill and his team do, and putting the event on, but just how the number of people that come out to the TAPPS state track meet and everything, and I mean, I hated being sick, but I mean, I love I think the atmosphere at the TAPPS state cross country meet is good.
Yes.
And I'd love to be able to do what I do. I mean, I have a blast. Trust me, I really hate it, but I had to call Brian going I just can't. If I would have started driving, we would have had trouble. So no, it's a great thing to be a part of, and it's exciting to see, these kids. I mean, Becky Firth. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, that's Becky Wade. Ursuline's the girls' coach of the year. I mean, when we start talking about Hall of Fame, I mean, Becky's in that next conversation.
Yes.
I mean, we put Raven Rogers in. We put Lenny Wade in. Who else did we get? But it was tough. I mean, like I said, Nicole Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Benson from Green Hill. I mean, Chelsea probably has done as much girls as Raven and Lenny, and there's one other one. I'm drawing a blank on it, but yeah, that discussion. Those girls, and then Becky from a distance standpoint, 2:35 Olympic trials marathon. I mean, it's great. It's great that we have that legacy.
Yes.
And you've seen, 34 years from the early 90s to now.
Yeah.
Or even late 80s.
Yes. No, not late 80s. It was right at the beginning of the 90s that I got here. So, Dr. Kramer gave me a call and said, "Hey, come on over. Let's try this, okay?" And so I came on over. It's
Gene Benson from Lutheran South Academy.
Yep.
Gene, is really great seeing you, man.
Well,
We don't get to visit nearly as much
I've seen
anymore,
you, Dan.
but
Yeah, you're sometimes you're a stranger,
And I always enjoy seeing you out at the cross country meet,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you coming up and supporting. Coach Green opened the door for me to do that, start that 12 years ago, and so I'm fiercely loyal to Juris, but I appreciate those of you who come up and maybe you don't come up every year, but you come out and it's a quality event. There's quality teams there. It's good competition for your athletes, but appreciate somebody like yourself who sees that and comes out and participates. Really appreciate that.
Well, our guys get their names mentioned over the loudspeaker when they come in.
I try to make it a big deal for the
Yes,
kids. I really,
know.
really
It's
do.
great. Well, thanks.
All right, thank you again,
Thanks,
Gene
Jeff.
Benson, Houston Lutheran Academy, the state championship track coach and the TAPPS 5A coach of the year this year.